Hi and happy birthday to all my lovely Geminis out there. So in honor of this being your birthday month, you guys get a free glimpse of a free extended reading. So these are going to be the types of readings that if you do subscribe to my Patreon channel, you will get each month, in addition to what I post on the YouTube channel. But I hope you guys enjoy this. It was a great reading. I think this would be such a powerful month for you all. And I hope that you are taking the time to celebrate your birthday month, or if your birthday is already passed, that you have celebrated in grand Gemini style. But that you are surrounded with people that you care about and that you have a chance to fully get to express who you are, and that you're just surrounded by people who celebrate that in you. All right, Gemini, love you all. Enjoy the extended, and I will see you all next month in July. Bye. Hi Gemini, and welcome to your June 2021 extended reading. This reading is for love, abundance, and spiritual health, and we will go into each one. I'll pull a card from 3 different oracle decks, and then we will discuss blocks that are coming up around each one of those themes and how you can navigate around them. Gemini, it's your birth. In fact, is it? You guys are still having birthdays. Yes. So happy birthday to all of my Geminis. You're kind of the star of the show this month. We have Mercury going retrograde in Gemini, which is its home sign. So there's a lot of push for specifically those who are sun or rising Geminis to really kind of go inside this month to see something in a different perspective. There are the energies of this month, if you look at it from a numerological point of view. June is a month of the number 11. So the number 11 in numerology really is, it talks about the portal between us and the divine, everything else that is beyond us. It also, if you think about the number 11, it is a 1 and a 1. And so it talks about the dynamic between the I, our own perspective, and everything else that is external to us. The external I, which is everybody else that you will meet. So it's your relationship between yourself and everyone else as a unique individual, and how the interplay between those two can help elevate and reveal your next spiritual evolution. This month is going to be a very powerful month. It is a month of, just from me doing some of these readings, I just feel it's a month of change. It's a month of revelation. And it's a month of really understanding what makes us special and unique versus what makes everybody else special and unique. So again, the internal I in our perspective versus the external I in everyone else. So I'm going to start with love for you Geminis. We're going to look at themes and what's coming up. I'm pulling a card from, and I always forget the name, the Power of Surrender cards, because I do feel that love is one of those energies that is integral to our connective capabilities, but that the majority of the times when we are having blockages in this area, it comes from our inability to surrender to something. Because when you talk about the concept of surrender, it means that we're becoming vulnerable in some capacity. And it's hard. It's hard to be vulnerable when we talk about love, because many of us have been hurt. Even though love ultimately in its purest form is just simply the underlying connectivity of all life, of all living things. It's that we are all created, and created with that purpose, with a purpose and a place and an ability and a connectedness to everything else that comes from that divine love. Okay, let's see. What do you guys need to surrender this month in the area of love? Very quiet, Geminis, which is very unusual for you. You guys tend to be a very talkative, social sign. So makes me think that there could be something coming up. And yes, based on your card, I think that's the case. There's something coming up where you don't want to let people in. So your card that came up is surrender your fear of intimacy. And it says, you are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. That's beautiful. And I think this is the month really where we're all going to be affected on how we relate to others, and especially in intimate connections and relationships. We're all going to be going through, no matter what sign you are, this internal process of who am I versus another. And for you specifically, the beauty of it is that what's coming in, the universe is saying it's time, it's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable now. Love is coming into you, and perhaps it's interesting. I just heard, I don't want it. Well, it's very hard. Sorry, I'm going to take a sip of water. It's very hard to deny the universe what it's making a choice to bring in. And perhaps there is a part of you that has pushed away relationships, whether it's familial or it's partnerships or it's in work. We all go through periods where we have been hurt in some capacity in our relationship with another. But when we put up these walls between ourselves and others, and when I think about intimacy is really that element of allowing someone else to see you as your authentic self. And that is true intimacy. It's not about sitting and talking on the phone with somebody for 4 hours about nothing, or divulging some deep, dark part of yourself to somebody else. Intimacy is simply allowing yourself to be seen as it is and as it was meant to be, without you feeling the need to hide or curb or change a part of yourself. It's about respecting that you were created a unique and singular being, and that your hopes and abilities and wishes and dreams are unique to you and are meant and need to be expressed in an authentic way. And being intimate is being able to show that to someone else without worrying about being judged, without hiding, again, any part of yourself. So if you're with somebody and you are constantly afraid that they're going to see a part of yourself that perhaps you're uncomfortable with, because either somebody has made fun of it in the past, or when you opened yourself up in this capacity, you were hurt in some way. And so you hide this part of yourself and you're not allowing somebody to see your full self. Well, you're not giving respect to that person. You're not loving them enough. And let me back this up. Love is a two-way street. Love is the flow of energy. It's the flow of the connective energy between everything, not just people, but it's also the trees and the bugs and the atoms and the stars in the sky. It's the flow of energy that keeps everything in its divine order. And we just call it love. And we tend to look at love as love specifically between individuals, and then we go a step further and look at love as it's, pertaining specifically to romantic love. But when I talk about love, I talk about the highest form of love, and I talk about love that is simply the energy that keeps us in flow with everything. And so we have to give love in an even flow as much as we need to have it returned to us. And in order for us to give love, we have to honor the perfection that is the other person, or that is the other thing that we are connected and tied to. And in order to do so, you must give that other being respect. And it is respectful of them to allow them to connect with your most pure, unique self in the way that you should also be looking to connect with another on the same level. That you too should be looking to see what makes them unique and to not judge it. And so here, with surrender your fear of intimacy, this is really about beginning to open up to allowing others to see you. Now, this can be across the board. It doesn't have to be in just a partnership. You might say, I have a fantastic partnership right now where I feel that I can be intimate and I don't fear this, I don't feel like I have any fear around or blocks around my romantic partnership. But perhaps at work. So again, love comes into work. Love comes into everything that we do that connects us to others. And maybe you are hiding a part of yourself at work. Maybe you are not speaking up and expressing something when you feel that you want to. Or you have a part of yourself that is being stifled. And this is where you must surrender to the realization that you were created in a specific way with specific abilities and hopes and desires. And if you do not feel that either A, you can express that at work, or vice versa, you've been hiding a part of yourself and you would like to express that part, now is the month to do so. Because love really is the underlying force that keeps everything going. It's what will actually bring in abundance. It's tied into your own spiritual and emotional health and how you can be happy and feel into, feeling a sense of purpose. So for you, this surrender to your fear of intimacy is a big one. This is a block that you're really going to have to kind of navigate and dissolve by not being afraid to take off your suit and tie and show your Superman cape this month. It's really what I'm feeling. I'm really feeling that this is the month to share your voice. This is the month to, if you feel that the work that you do is not connecting with you intimately, that you're not able to, maybe you're just doing surface work, but you're not intimately connecting on an internal level with the best of who you are, with your internal abilities. This is going to have to be that month where you either bring out those internal abilities and you see what happens, meaning maybe you share that idea at that meeting, or you have that conversation with your boss that you'd rather transfer to another sector of your company, or you start to look for another job, or you just simply start being you. You start to just bring more of yourself into the office, or more of yourself into the work that you do. Maybe you have an artistic side that can actually be utilized even in some of the most mundane jobs. Maybe you can utilize that. Or if it's in a romantic partnership, it's time, if there's a part of yourself that you've been holding back, this is the month, especially with, June being that portal between yourself and another. This is that month where you are being pushed to show who you are authentically. Share your voice, share whatever ability you've been hiding, share whatever you feel you are most uncomfortable sharing. And it's time to do that, because that's going to actually bring in and open up that portal for you to step through. So each one of us is stepping through a portal this month. It's just what's happening. That portal isn't going to close on us. It's opening for us. And each one of us, in order for us to step through that portal into that next part of our divine purpose, it's really going to depend on us moving into, like, us overcoming these blocks. And for you guys specifically, it is about allowing your full self to be seen and expressing it. So Gemini, you are ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is a sign of, or Mercury is a planet of expression. It's the messenger. And the fact that Mercury is in retrograde in your sign, it's showing me that there is an element of pressure building up within you for you to share something, for you to express something in a more of a verbal message kind of way. There is something that's going to be kind of pushed to come out. It's the sharing of your voice. And so this month, it's really about seeing where your voice is being stifled and where your voice can actually help open up opportunities to bring in love and respect and opportunities from others and the universe and the connectedness of everything. And where that's also going to open you up to just feel at ease with yourself, to feel that you can be intimate with life. And in being intimate with life, you get to just share who you are, share your voice, share your message. And don't be afraid. It says, again, I'm going to just read this. You are ready to let love in. And when we talk about love as the connective underlying energy, that means you are ready to once again re-engage with life. You're ready to let what life is ready to bring into you fully by meeting it full on as yourself, by hiding nothing and holding nothing back. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So any patterns that you have up now, any walls that you've built between you and your authentic voice and this authentic part of yourself, it's time to release them. It's time to surrender those, and it's time to get honest with your external environment and start to share who you are, and it's going to be amazing what comes back to you. All right, let's jump into abundance, because this is going to be tied directly to that. So again, abundance can be different to us at different times in our lives. There are times we are focused on financial abundance. It's very rare that any of us, there's not a time when we're not focused on some type of financial abundance. But there are times when perhaps we feel okay in that area, but we really want more of an abundance of feeling joy or feeling a sense of peace or stability. So this kind of ties into all of those definitions of abundance. All right, so you have two cards here. You have Blessed, which is number 22. Such a beautiful card. And you have Come to the Edge, and that's number 36. This really highlights and ties right in to the previous message. So Come to the Edge in this oracle deck talks about, and you can see here, I don't know if you can actually, if I can get it close, there's all these little hearts coming out behind her as she's looking to take this leap. And what this card is about is really saying, come to the edge, it's time. It's okay. You're loved, you're supported, you're blessed. And it's time now to take that leap. So this month is going to show you that I get this feeling that you're divinely protected. This is going to be a month where you are going to have to take that leap. And it's going to come from a place of you tapping into love, of you tapping into that element of pure love of self again. I'm really getting this feeling of this need to release some part of yourself that you feel guilty around. As part of yourself that you feel you have either let others down, and this is perhaps when you tried to be your authentic self and maybe it didn't come out the right way, or you feel you have let yourself down. There's a feeling of guilt and regret. And those feelings come up for us when we are not when we are not feeling in flow, and when we lose sight of our purpose. We tend to hyperfixate on the hurt of others. We fixate on how we've affected others instead of looking at these as lessons learned for ourselves and seeing, basically giving yourself the same compassionate love that you would give to another. So if you feel that you've done something to somebody in the past and it's hurt them and you're feeling guilt over that, well, you can transmute that guilt into, we all make mistakes. That person that you hurt also has made mistakes and could have possibly even hurt you in return. But in reality, that was lessons that were divinely guided for you to be able to learn and grow. Not to force you to hide parts of yourself, but to force you to elevate parts of yourself. So when you think about giving a gift to a child, oftentimes when they're new to whatever that gift is, they will use it at its base level. You could give this really cool, actually, if you think about it, like, let's say you have a small child and you give them this video game, whatever it is, controller, and it's meant to control something on the TV, and it has all this power. It can do so much. But the kid looks at it and all they see is this hard thing in their hand, and they just start hitting it against the wall, and they make a dent in the wall, and you're like, whoa, stop, don't hit the wall. What? Get that back, don't hit the wall with it. But in reality, instead of just taking that away or letting the kid just continue to hit, the wall and use that gift incorrectly that you've given to the child, you stop and you start to show them the best parts of that gift and how they can use it to affect their external environment. Not in a negative way, like banging it into the wall and creating a dent, but in a positive way where they can see how they can interact with another element of their external environment, but from a more finely tuned way. And that's really where we have to learn. That's really how the external environment and the situations we go through help us learn how to work with the gifts we were naturally given. So yes, maybe you were trying to express one of these gifts and it did come out more like banging something against somebody and it hurt them. This is where now, through contemplation, you reflect and you learn and you say, okay, I didn't mean for that to happen, but now I can see, now I've grown a little bit and I can see how I can still utilize that part of myself. I can forgive myself for not knowing how to utilize that part of myself. I was still learning, as we all are. We're always in a constant state of flux and learning. But I was given this gift. I was given this need to express something. I was given this ability for a reason. And I can't just let it go. I can't just hide it. I can't just give up because it didn't work out the first time. And so this is where we have to realize that we have to forgive ourselves for making mistakes. And if that other person lives with the hurt that you caused them, all you can do is ask for forgiveness and to tell them that you're aware of what happened and how, that was not your intention to hurt them and how you've moved on. If that person chooses to not let go or chooses to stay in a state of continued hurt or pain tied to you, that's where you just have to let that go. You have to surrender that fear of intimacy. You opened yourself up to them. Have faith that that'll be enough for them to, in turn, go through their own internal process to do the same. But you don't need them to turn around and you don't need their forgiveness to forgive yourself. And so as you're moving forward, know that this is the time for you. You are being loved and you are being blessed. That it's okay for you to jump off this ledge. It's okay for you to start something new. It's okay for you to pull out a part of yourself that you have been hiding and dust it off and bring it back into engagement with the world. And this is where, for you, this is what's going to pull you through that portal into the next version of yourself. So coming out of June and into July, you will see a very different version of yourself if you allow that block between letting your full self be seen and engage with the external environment drop. So, two very positive cards. It's okay. Just keep focused on love as you take. Don't look down. Just focus on love. And know that you're blessed. Know that this is what's meant to be. The divine is saying it's time now. It's time. You've learned your lesson. You have a gift to share and you need to share it. It's time. All right, now we're going to look at spiritual health. Spiritual health focuses on how well you are integrating and engaging your internal unique self with your external environment. So it really looks at, are you hiding a part of yourself? Are you feeling emotionally fulfilled? Do you have a sense of purpose? Or have you lost sight of that and are you disconnected from it? This area helps us ground ourselves in our authenticness and kind of re-engages us with the awareness of self so that we can make informed decisions and take action from a place of authenticity instead of taking place from either you taking action because you're trying to make somebody else happy or taking action that is not aware, meaning you're just making decisions and you have no awareness of how they connect back to you. And that's how we can get into kind of an element of disengagement with our external environment. Ooh, that is way too many cards. All right, let's see if we can get a few less. What do my Geminis need to know about their spiritual health for the month of June? Just seeing two different things coming in. I'm hearing like broadcasting, like almost like I'm hearing like somebody tuning into a radio and like different songs playing, like snippets of different songs. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but perhaps there's something tied to somebody out there where you, again, kind of need to share your voice, need to put something out there on the airwaves. Maybe some of you guys are singers or announcers, but there is something to be said that there's a part of yourself that needs to be tuned in and heard by others. Okay, come on, Geminis. What is your spirit animal for the month of... Ooh, there we go. So dual coaxing. Okay. You have antelope spirit. Life is speeding up. You can see that there. Number 2. Very fitting for the month of June. So the number 11 reduces to the number 2, and the number 2 again is all about interpersonal connection. It's about what we share with others, how we help others, and how that energy is received back to us. So antelope spirit, life is speeding up. This shows me here that through connecting yourself intimately, again, engaging yourself fully, if you can release those blocks that are tied to guilt or fear, or anything holding you back from expressing yourself fully, that if you can release that block, this month is going to be almost like a slingshot. It's going to be, when you think about life is speeding up, and especially with the number 2, this is really about okay, it's time. It's time to connect yourself with others. And once you start doing that, I think it's going to kind of almost like pull you through the portal. And it's going to happen quickly. It's going to happen quickly, and you're going to have to kind of keep up with yourself. It's just not a month where you like put a toe in the water and are like, okay, well, I've been hiding that fact that I'm an incredible painter for a long time, and now I'm going to show people one picture on my Instagram page, and then I'm going to like delete it, and I'm going to, and then I'm going to pull back and I'm going to hide it. It's like, no, this is the month where you're like, you tell the world, I'm a painter, this is my collection, and I am interested in anybody out there. I'm going to put it out there to the universe. I'm interested in anybody who would like to help me host a gallery showing. And then see what comes back and then be ready to go. This is that kind of energy. Or let's say you are at work and you want to share an idea, and you've been waiting to share this idea, and it's like been kind of sitting with you. Now you're like in this meeting and you just want to like tell everybody. This is that month to do it, but not like, hey guys, I know it's just me and I have this like little idea, and I know you guys might not like it. It's like, it's not about disclaimers this month. It's not about making yourself seem small. It's about pulling out yourself and saying, hi everyone, I'm Lauren. I know I haven't talked much in these meetings, but I have been listening, and I really think that my previous experience holds a lot of value to this project that we're working on. I actually have an idea that I'd love to be able to present for you today. I've come prepared. If you guys can give me 5 minutes, I'd love to be able to present it to you. And it's this kind of energy. It's direct, it's fast. When you think about an antelope, they have a destination in mind when they are running. And they also have the ability to kind of, the antelope have the ability to evade predators. And so you really have this ability this month to go for it, but in being blessed, you're protected from those predators. You're in you just continuing forward as you, and breaking down these walls and sharing what you want to share and coming from this place of confidence. This is what's going to keep you from falling back into the pitfalls, falling back into the predatory energy of guilt and shame, and allowing somebody else to talk negatively in your ear, because you're not even going to give them a chance. You're going to just keep moving forward. It's your eyes are on the prize, so to speak. But the number 2 with this card is showing me that that's going to come through interpersonal connection. That's going to come through for you continually opening up, continually being intimate, like continually showing yourself on an intimate level, but coming from a place of confidence in your unique self. So if this is on a romantic level, this is showing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you have, let's say, new ideas around your own political philosophy or religious philosophy, and you've been kind of hiding those, or you know that the next step in your evolutionary process is that you have been just dying to start that podcast, and you know that that's going to affect your ability to do your regular 9-to-5 job, or it's going to affect your ability of how you currently interact with your partner or family, you're going to have to just fearlessly and with full confidence express it, and come from a place of confidence, but not from a place of, well, this is me and I'm expressing my truth and you're going to have to take it. It's like, no, that's not, you're doing it still from a place of love, of saying, I have thought about this and I have wanted to do this for a long time. And this, I would love for you to be a part of this and to help me figure out how best to start this next journey of me being able to share this part of myself. Come from this part, you have to come from a place of where you feel awe and wonder again, a place where you feel faith in your fellow human, a place where you realize that the universe is pushing you to express, pushing you to share your voice, and that in doing so, And as long as you keep going for it, don't just, again, this is about commitment. It's about surrender that fear of intimacy. So it's about committing. It's not about like toe in the water, 1 foot out, because that's not surrendering. That's not being intimate. That's like, I'm going to give myself an out. No, this is about going full on ahead. This is who I am. This is what the message I want to share, and I'm so excited to share it, and I want it to be a positive experience for you as well, and I want to have this interplay between myself and you and have it be of service to others, because number 2 is also the number of service, as is the number 6, which also ties to the month of June. So this is all I'm seeing this bigger picture for you, Gemini, that this is a month of sharing your voice, whether it's in intimate relationships, in a romantic sense, whether it's in a kind of a career-based, work environment. It could even be in a familial environment. Maybe you're kind of standing your ground, and maybe your family all practices one religion, or your family all likes to go on road trips and you don't, or your family's all been in one line of, maybe they have a family business and everybody's been in that family business, but for you, it doesn't work for you. And this is about trusting your path, understanding that this month is actually pulling you into purpose. More so, I feel, than I've felt with other signs. This is really pulling you into purpose. So if you can really just open yourself up and be like kind of raw and honest with yourself, and allow that to be seen in a raw and honest and pure way to others, you're going to be surprised at what you're pulled into, and how you're going to just be like almost like, it's almost going to feel like you've gone through the true portal of, you're going to, like, by the end of the month, feel like you've stepped onto something, and you're going to look around and go, oh my God, wait, this is like what I've been waiting for. And I get to share myself right now from this point forward like this. And it's like, yeah, this is your path. This is like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. Like, here it is. Get on it. Oz is up there. It's time for you to go. All right. My Geminis, I'm going to pull just a couple tarot cards just to get a little additional information for you for the month of June. I think this is going to be an awesome month. Let's see, does anything else want to come out? Ooh, we've got 2. Okay, let's see. So we have, the first one that came out was Page of Wands, and the second one that came out was Queen of Coins. 2 very beautiful energies here. Page of Wands signifies to me that it's this kind of like fun energy of going out and working with your passion. It's almost like the kid going out with the toy that they finally realize how to use it, and they're like, oh my gosh, like this does this, and I'm going to go out and show everybody that this does this. And it's coming from this pure sense of childlike wonder and awe of, I don't know if you guys can see the picture. I love these images where it's almost like you're not afraid to hold up this magic wand that's been given to you by the divine, and it would be like, imagine you're Harry Potter and you're given this gift of this wand, and you are told that it's really magic, and you try it and you're like, oh my God, it is really magic. Yeah, like heck, you're going to want to go out and share that with everybody. You're going to be like, oh my God, look what I can do. I could make something happen, or I can make that fly, or I can, whatever. And you're going to want to go out there with this childlike sense of optimism with like, isn't this amazing? And that's the feeling that you want to really bring in to how you express yourself, which is like, isn't this cool? Isn't this amazing? This is my gift. This is my magic wand. Everybody's been given a magic wand, but your magic wand does its own very specific things, and you get a chance now to play with that. And then you have Queen of Coins. And Queen of Coins really represents knowing what in the tangible world to focus on. The Queen of Coins in the traditional tarot is a queen sitting on her throne, looking lovingly at her one pentacle, which can be seen as her one area of focus in the your tangible reality. It's something like, it can be looking at it from a point of view of, this is, a parent nurturing a child, or you have your one business and you're going to put everything into it and all your energy into this one, tangible aspect of your, current external environment. And what this is telling me is that this is in playing with your passion and expressing what your magic wand does, and going out there with this childlike exuberance and innocence almost, that it's going to reveal to you where to put your energy. Again, part of this is like the golden coin, like I'm almost feeling the golden ticket, like Willy Wonka. Like you're going to be able to see all of a sudden the purpose of everything. Like you might not even know, in just sharing your most intimate parts of yourself, you might not even see how this is going to do anything. You don't know how, maybe you're not specifically sharing your voice to get a promotion at work or to, get something in return. You might just be sharing this part of yourself and just saying, well, I feel the need to share it, so I'm going to share it. And this, through your connections with others, is going to bring in something where all of a sudden you're going to see, aha, this is my golden ticket. And now I understand how I need to nurture this. I now understand that I need to put, like the Queen of Pentacles, everything into growing and nurturing this seed that is my seed, my golden ticket. And it's going to be all of a sudden my purpose. And that is how you get pulled into purpose. You see how your talents align with your external environment and where you need to put your energies in your external environment. All right, Geminis, I think this is going to be a really powerful month. I think it's going to end with like light, fun energy. I think you're moving away from kind of darker, heavier energy of, kind of self-doubt and perhaps being hypercritical. And I know we're all moving out of the pandemic-related energies, but I really feel for you guys, you've been suppressing something out of guilt and fear. And I think now it's going to come out. You're going to transmute that into this going back to a childlike sense of wonder and awe and curiosity and excitement. And you're going to see fully what the universe has given you, what your magic wand was meant to do. All right, Gemini, have a fantastic month of June. I will see you back here for July's extended reading.